स्पेशल प्रोग्राम लेकर मैं मोहम्मद शबीर मुगल आपकी खिदमत में हाज़िर हुआ हूं जो कि इंतहाई दुख और सदमे के साथ पूरे यूके में इस वक्त सिचुएशन है और हम भी उसमें बराबर के शरीक हैं जो हादसा मैनचेस्टर में पिछली रात को हुआ और जिसमें नौजवान जो हैं वो ओवर 20 जो हैं वो उनकी डेथ हो गई हैं और 50 से ज़्यादा जो ज़ख्मी हैं तो इस वजह से ये स्पेशल प्रोग्राम जो है कंडोलेंसिंग प्रोग्राम जो है ये पेश किया जा रहा है और इस वक्त मेरे साथ मोहम्मद शफाकत जो हमारे सीनियर प्रेजेंटर हैं वो मौजूद है। अस्सलाम वालेकुम शफाकत।
वालेकुम सलाम शबीर भाई, जैसे आपने कहा कि सबसे पहले हम ये कंडेम करते हैं ये जो हुआ मैनचेस्टर में और हमारे ख्यालात और हमारी दुआएं उन लोगों के साथ हैं जिनके फैमिली मेंबर हलाक हो चुके हैं। अराउंड 22 लेटेस्ट रिपोर्ट्स हैं, अराउंड 59 इंजर्ड और उनमें भी 8 अस्पतालों में वो लोग इस वक्त ज़ेर इलाज हैं। सब वेरी वेरी सीरियस, उनमें बच्चे हैं ज़्यादातर। तो हमारी यही दुआ है कि और फेटालिटीज ना हो। लेकिन ये क्योंकि रात को हादसा हुआ और सच्ची बात पूछे कि मैं भी इतना उस वक्त मैं अर्ली चला गया बेड में, सुबह जब फोन ऑन किया तो उस पर मैसेज और फेसबुक देखा, मैं खुद शॉक हो गया। जैसे कुछ लोगों ने तो रात को देख लिया था इंसिडेंट, कुछ लोगों ने सुबह देखा और यानी कि इस वक्त आप फिजा देखें, लोग बड़े अपसेट हैं। मैं अभी अपने बच्चे को स्कूल ड्रॉप करने के गया और लोगों को तासरात आप जब गाड़ियों में गुजरते हैं बस स्टॉप्स को देखते हैं, बस स्टॉप लोगों के चेहरे मुरझाए हुए हैं। एंड एक बार फिर ये इतना बड़ा भयानक हादसा हुआ है एंड हम जितना भी इसकी मजम्मत करें वो कम है, लेकिन बस अफसोस के अलावा क्या कर सकते हैं। लेकिन इट्स अ वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टाइम।
सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये है कि चूंकि हमारे मुल्क के अंदर 7/7 के बाद ये एक बहुत बड़ा हादसा है और बिलखसूस जिसका ख़तरा जो है बहुत अरसे से महसूस किया जा रहा था कि ऐसा मुमकिन हो सकता है और इस हवाले से कुछ एमरजेंसी एजेंसीज जो हैं उन्होंने रिहर्सल भी की थी पिछले साल और इस तरह के वाक़यात हो जाएं तो किस तरह उनसे निपटा जाए। लेकिन अफसोस इस बात पे है कि इस्लाम के नाम पे एक बार फिर जो है ये किया गया है जो कि इंतहाई दुख और अफसोस के साथ मैं तो ये समझता हूँ कि कोई बंदा जो अपने आप को मुसलमान कहता है वो इस तरह नहीं कर सकता, वो कतन इस तरह के हालात पैदा नहीं कर सकता। आई लाइक टू आस्क यू टू से few words in English please.
So I mean obviously this story is still developing and what they're saying is that this is a lone wolf attack and a lone individual and suicide attack ki baatein ho rahi hain. So they're saying it's suicide attack and by individual and like you're saying because it's still a developing story, we don't know exactly who's behind it because there were security experts on the television rightly said that this attack was not planned overnight. This must have been planned over a long time, maybe 6 months to a year, maybe. Because and there must be other people involved as well. Maybe it's an individual who's done it, but there will be other people involved. Obviously, the threat level in the UK at the moment is severe. Now there's a Cobra meeting this morning with the Prime Minister and other people relevant agencies, and they will see. I mean, maybe they could put the threat level to critical, but like you said. There was, mock exercises even here in Sheffield, in Bedder Hall, football grounds, and etc. Because the agencies always said the next threat will be this kind of attack, or like what happened in Nairobi, or like in a shopping mall or a football stadium, and maybe like a group of people will attack, or individual lone wolf like this. So because it's maximum impact, there was 15,000-20,000 people in that arena. It was a concert. So in a group, in such a large group, even a small attack can have devastating effect. And so at the moment it's just we have to wait to see what happened, who this person was. His background will come out, and obviously the links, the police in this country, the agencies are very, very good at that, and they will piece the jigsaw together.
Yeah.
But for community cohesion, for the Muslim community, at the moment, everybody is, I'm getting messages from this morning. Like I said, my own family members, my own nieces text me, said, should we go to college today or should we go? Because, there is fear in the community that people who are ignorant and who see the news automatically will say, well, it's the Muslim community and it's your problem, and this person.
No, there is a on social media there is comments which is very serious comments regarding
right,
the Muslim families, Muslim living in this country. So there is.
As you know, Shabbir Bhai, I think I'm probably one of the people that has continuously, when I used to do the drive time, and myself and Matloob, I will mention his name, we've always talked about the rise of the far right. We've always talked about the issues the Muslim community will face in the years and now, because this, we don't know. I mean, is this a one-off incident? 7/7 was in 2005, and that was, 12 years ago. And this is, like you rightly said, this is a major incident after 7/7. Recently, what happened in Westminster, London, the guy who drove the car on the bridge and killed people, but people still, remain that this guy has individual mental health issues. But this is more dangerous, and this is more scary. That is this just one individual, or is the pipeline is planning for more similar attacks every couple of months, so a chain of events. So where will the Muslim community, like you said, I've been reading the comments. The thing is, I've been listening to various radio stations in the morning as well, and I've been looking at the news and then reading the comments in some of the papers, which are always anti-Muslim anyway.
Yeah.
The comments there are scary. So this is something our community needs to be aware that, the atmosphere is getting very, very difficult, and we always say, continuously we always say, it's not about us, it's about the future of the Muslim community, the children growing up in this country, going to have jobs in this country, go to universities, everything, and going to just going to work in the morning on public transport could become a very difficult task. So really, the Muslim community continue, and I would appeal to you, Shabbir Bhai, and that we need to hold meetings and to just sit together and say, how will we move forward, how we can collectively, because the Muslim community will be in focus. Let's not deny that. Let's not pretend everything's okay. Let's not go back about our daily business that, it doesn't matter, people will forget and things will. No, 22 people have been killed, their families, then their funerals, and then the media, and then the 59 that are injured. We don't know how serious they are. So, this is just, at the moment, people are in shock. This has just happened last night. So next few days, next weeks, coming weeks, it'll be continuously debated in the media, and we should also, people from the community should take part in those debates in the mainstream media as well. I agree fully with that sentiment that we should take part in the mainstream media and the local community radios like IMAN FM. We should be at the forefront of this debate and bring the community leaders, the councillors, because I always say it, when we criticize the leadership, it's in times like this that they not go missing. They come forward and they stand with the community and they reassure the community. All communities, all the local communities are worried. It's not that people are suspicious of Muslims. People, we can see it from that point of view that they think, there's other communities that live here, but it's always, linked back to the Muslim community. I mean, we don't know exactly who this individual is at the moment, but that's obviously the picture the media is portraying already, that it's a suicide bomber. He had ball bearings, he was an individual, he was a lone wolf attack. So really, we need to have some kind of meeting, maybe in some organization or anywhere we can arrange a meeting and call the elders of the community and the general community and at least reassure each other that, and get the police involved, get, then the local police commissioner involved, and talk with people and reassure the host community that there is nothing like that in the Muslim community, that, we strongly condemn it, but, that's all we can do. But we cannot be held responsible for some of these lunatics who don't look at what the consequences of their one action will not just have an impact on the host community, but the very community they're trying to represent. They are damaging that community unknowingly, that they just cannot see which path they've taken. This is the path of destruction. Islam says to us that you live in any land, wherever you live, the Prophet ﷺ told us you live by the law of that land. You respect that land.
True.
When the Muslims were persecuted in the old days, the Prophet ﷺ sent them to Ethiopia, and the King Negus, who was a Christian king, he gave them protection. And they said, he's a Christian king. But the Prophet ﷺ said, yes, but he's a just king. He will protect you. And he did protect the Muslims.
Yeah.
So really, this country has been good to us. Our communities have prospered. We've worked here. Our children go to universities here. And our children's future is here.
Yeah,
and so
true.
we need to make sure that future is safe, not in a hostile environment where I've had so many calls this morning. People are saying, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen to our children? What's our future here? What we're going to do? Really, that's not the way. We need to really stop being in denial, and let's talk about this issue first with each other.
True,
Let's
true.
discuss this. How we're going to move forward.
I think it's our responsibility, or particularly, the leadership need to come forward and take this issue seriously, and we need to work together, work hard to keep peace in the communities. This is very much important, and same time, we are approaching to Ramadan, which
That's
is obviously it's going to be big gatherings in the mosques, and that could be a serious situation can
I
develop.
think that's a valid point, and I was talking to somebody this morning, and I said to him that please, you better look at the security of the masjid, and 100% of the Tarawih prayers are beginning. The masjid, the Ramadan is coming this weekend, and they're going to be full, so we need to Shabbir bhai, as a community, we are so lax. We think we just think the world has not changed around us. The world has changed since 9/11.
It is.
The world is continuously changing.
True.
And now we need to be alert, and we need to get together. If you're willing to host a meeting in IMAN FM, the studio, next door, anywhere, I'm willing to facilitate it. I'm willing to lead on this, and with yourself, and let's bring the community together, and let's talk about these issues. Call the community leaders, and this is the time for unity. This is the time for leadership. Let's not kid ourselves, and reassure the host communities, and go to the churches, go to the synods, talk to faith leaders. People like Abdul Guljar and all these people do wonderful work. Muhammad Ali, PMC, all of you, they do wonderful work in difficult times. But we need to step up now. We all need to step up. We need to think, and we need to put our heads together and work together, because this is the issue of the future of our generations. Otherwise, they will not be able to survive or live in societies where they are looked upon with suspicion. The Irish community lived with that in this country for decades, until there was a peace process between the IRA and the Republicans. Now the Muslim community is at the forefront of this issue, and we cannot stay in denial. We need to stand up and be
true. And the fear which is actually become within the Muslim community, that's another issue as well. Because although we had some Muslim casualties also in the arena, some of them they was working there, or they was serving there, or they was participating in that.
That's right, because people work in security, people go to concerts, people, the younger generation like these singers, etc. So really, we really need to step up the game and lead on this now. The media, our community radio stations need to be leading on this. The community leaders, the ulama, the masajid, the Jummah khutbahs need to really, really stand up and say, this is, if you see anything, if you're suspicious, or if you see something's wrong in the community, or anywhere, just report it, because these people, that one individual today has put this whole country on alert, and the whole Muslim community is non-stop, saying be careful. I can give my own daughters just going to college, and I said to her, be careful, and I told my wife to drop her off.
Obviously. Everybody.
Let's bring it home. This is going to affect all of us. And my niece, one of my ringmates, she goes to near Crystal Peaks, and she said, shall I go or not? So I said, be careful. I told her dad to drop her off. Don't go on the tram today. I mean, but Shabbir bhai, you can't live like that.
No, you can't.
How long can you hide in society?
You need freedom. You know, you're
right.
living
That's right.
In a society where everything is peaceful. Anyway, we're approaching to the break, and inshallah, I will ask you to come back once again on the end of the program. I'll come back later on in the show. Yeah. Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much. Samina Mohtaram, this is a special program. We are holding incident took place in Manchester last night, which is very sad and very fearing as well, and we obviously we are sad as their families are sad, those people who are died in that incident.
This is your local community station, Iman FM on 103.1 FM.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Zaid Haq. Join me every Friday evenings, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. only on Iman FM with the latest Nasheed show, bringing you all the latest Nasheeds from all your favorite artists. Hashtag the show, Iman FM NS.
In the city of Sheffield, if you ever have an accident, do not fear. Mr. Compensator is here. He can provide you with a taxi, prestige, or 4x4 replacement vehicle in just 2 hours. Call 0114 3863 386 or visit mrcompensator.co.uk and let the experts manage your claim.
Freshmart Superstore is now open in Sheffield. Enjoy your shopping experience in a clean, spacious superstore with lots of special offers. The largest halal HMC meat counter in Sheffield with a variety of meat, spices, fruit and vegetables, plus kitchenware collections and products from all around the world with free customer parking or for a home delivery service. Freshmart Superstore, 44 Irving Street, Sheffield. Call 0114 244 5862.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Khalil Mohammed coming to you with an urgent appeal. One Community has established the first Islamic education, deaf and special educational needs center where deaf Muslims and non-Muslims can attend Islamic classes to learn more about Islam using sign language.
However, this center is under serious threat and we need your Qarz-e Hasna, a beautiful loan, and your zakat to help us keep it open. Please visit our website islamfordeaf.co.uk, that's Islam, FORDEAF.co.uk, or give us a call on 0121 291 7847.
क्या आप रेडियो प्रेजेंटर बनना चाहते हैं या मीडिया इंडस्ट्री ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं? अपनी आवाज के जरिए अपनी कम्युनिटी की खिदमत करने का सुनहरी मौका ईमान एफएम पर। आइए हम आपको बनाएंगे रेडियो प्रेजेंटर। स्टूडियो ट्रेनिंग से लाइव प्रोग्रामिंग तक की तरबियत हासिल करने के लिए राब्ता करें 0114242051 या ईमेल कीजिए info@imanfm.com.
Equity Law Chambers Solicitors. When your rights are at stake, you need experienced defense lawyers. The law firm of Equity Law. Our experienced team of professionals can assist you in all matters including family law, immigration, criminal law, drug offences, road traffic cases, fraud and money laundering. Call us today for expert advice on 01709 36 86 03 or visit us at elc-solicitors.co.uk. Equity Law Chamber Solicitors, advocating your rights.
Had an accident, not your fault. Car and Solicitors, a team of professionals dedicated to winning you 100% compensation with free advice and assistance. Over 15 years of experience assisting you with road traffic accidents, trips, slips, employer's liability. We can recover your uninsured losses, i.e. vehicle damage, recovery, storage and loss of earnings. Car and Solicitors, 351 Abbeydale Road, Sheffield. Come see us or call 0114 258 3399 or visit carandsolicitors.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Your voice, your choice. You're listening to Iman FM.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। सामीन मोहतरम, इस वक्त आप सुन रहे हैं स्पेशल प्रोग्राम जो कि आप सबको इस बात की खबर हो गई है कि पिछली रात को जो मैनचेस्टर एरिना में एक ऐसा दर्दनाक वाक़या हुआ जिसकी वजह से 22 जानें जो हैं वो चली गईं और वो सारे यंगस्टर थे और इसके साथ-साथ आल्सो 59 से ज़्यादा लोग जो हैं वो ज़ख्मी हैं हॉस्पिटल में पड़े हुए हैं जिसकी वजह से इंतहाई दुख और अफसोस का मकाम है कि पूरे बरतानिया में एक सैडनेस जो है वो छा गई है इस वक्त हमारे साथ हैं शाहिद अली उनसे बात करते हैं अस्सलाम वालेकुम शाहिद
वालेकुम सलाम मुशकिल मुगल साहब
हाउ आर यू
ऐसे वाकया के बाद it's a very sad state of affairs. Waking up this morning, watching the news, it was a shock to the system.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's been happening so many times in France and other places that we didn't think it could happen again after 7/7 here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, to see such a tragedy really happening right next to with our neighbours across the way in Manchester, it's really brought it home. You know, we've got friends, we've got family there as well.
Yeah.
You know, that it could have been any one of them. And it's still sinking in, to be honest with you.
True.
It's, you know, we don't, I mean, I've heard Mohammed Shabbir, mashallah, speaking, and he spoke very well. But I think they're still taking in what's going on and what's happening and who's done. There's still, you know, there's speculation that it was a suicide bomber, etc. And we want to know who it was and why this person has done it.
True.
So it's not to do with that faith. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've had a lot of people who've condemned the attack. But
just condemning the attack is not enough. I think we need to do more. You know,
let me explain what I mean.
Okay.
You know, that haven't come out to start blaming Muslims for this. You know, I think we have a very wise public in England. I think we've got a lot of decent people in England that know that this is not part of the Muslim community. These are individuals who are causing havoc and want to create divide, want to create trouble between people.
True.
And I think we need to come together as a community. I'm speaking with my colleague Shabbir in a bit as well to see what we can do locally, because we can only do what we can do within our own remits. You know, I'm not going to pretend to say we can make big differences across the country, but what we can do as individuals is speak with people who are our friends, who are in Sheffield.
No. This is the time we have to get together. You know, it's regardless with differences in between us or between the community.
There's a vigil happening in Manchester, and just finding out if we're going to do one in Sheffield, and I'll keep you updated if we are. I hope we are. I think I was just going to speak to the council Shabbir to see if that is going to take place in Sheffield. I think we need to come out with solidarity and support.
Definitely.
And in grief as well. You know, I'm shocked.
Yeah, everybody is shocked with this incident. You know, so many lives, young people's lives have been taken, innocent people, and so many injured who are in hospitals. So this is something. It's attack like it's on me.
It's an attack on our way of life.
Yeah.
You know, Manchester is a very multicultural diversity. And it has, and much more than Sheffield is, much more. And it's a thriving city. And to see this happening it's disgraceful on the one hand, and I wish it didn't happen. But it's happening, and what do we do afterwards? How do we come together? How to show these people that you can't divide us and you can't put us back. But on the other hand, there's one message I'd like to send out. That people have to take care of themselves as well. We know that individuals vulnerable people do start getting attacked by other individuals from other communities who try to blame them for atrocities such as this. I think people need to safeguard themselves as well on how they travel or where they go and how they go. Look after themselves and their families as well in the aftermath. And inshallah, let's do a prayer that all is well going forward and we have a better tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the hope we always have, and we have to have, because this is our country and we have to protect our country.
Yeah, definitely.
And we, as you know, those families are sad. We are also sad.
Yeah, really sad.
Yeah.
I can't believe. I mean, I was just talking to some people from Manchester earlier on, and you know, it wasn't the emergency services that did the response were fantastic, but also the taxi drivers, the takeaway owners who were given free food, there were all Muslims as well involved. They all played their part in the response last night, and will continue to do so this morning.
True.
And I think we need to recognise that this has been a community effort on their part as well, across the community, all the community. So I'll leave it at that, and I hope that we hear better news during the day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shahid. There was Shahid Ali giving his views, and I hope if you like to be give your views, please do call 01142425 which is very important to give your opinion on this occasion, on this incident, which is actually shattered all the communities within the UK. So we need to talk about it, and I got another caller with me. Assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Matlub Sahab, yes. What do you like to say on this incident last night have taken place?
I'm in complete shock, and it's just the timing of it.
Yeah, if you speak up a bit louder, please.
Is that better?
Yeah,
we're really in shock, to be honest. Shocking, and this is coming at a time when the country is going to a general election. Obviously, I think the general election has been delayed at the moment, but it's such a shock that I just cannot believe. Information is coming out that there's been a lot of problems in terms of the security. There was, it's like people are just waking up and finding out that the terrorism in the UK since the 2005 7/7 and other incidents, and it's just building up, and it's making the Muslim community, not only the individuals that are there doing these things, but the way the Muslim community responded last night, which is good, to helping out and supporting those people, the victims. And this is what we need to do, to promote this positive image, and this complete, we need to completely, find out why these individuals, whether it's a lone wolf or something, but make sure that the Muslim community comes out and completely condemns it. But at the same time, we need to look forward. How are we going to tackle this? Because in the next few years, straight away, a few weeks ago, in London, months ago, there was, and the situation was that, this particular individual who did that bombing was a criminal. Now, we don't know what the full story is, what this individual did, but from limited information we've got, it's clearly somebody who's gone to the concert and waited till the end, and then from the detonated and took so many lives, and it's so shocking, and I just cannot comprehend what's going on, and we really need to get to grips with the Muslim community across the UK, and get a group together and to challenge these individuals, because there is a lot of imams who can do a lot more in the mosques and start getting much more. And this has been said before by Lord Nazir about doing sermons in English, but not only that, it's much more deeper than that. We need to get the community to be involved across different, in the mainstream communities get involved and to be positively, rather than isolating ourselves. And and this is the way forward, inshallah. And I'm really, really shocked, and I would like to give my condolences to all the families who've lost loved ones, because you don't know, there must have been some Muslim children there as well who might have attended the concert. So
there are Muslim also died.
Yeah, so this is a clear message we need to say. Look, whenever there's an atrocity in other parts of the world, this is one life is precious to Muslims across the world. So there's been hundreds of other people have been killed as well. So this is the reality elsewhere, and it's this is near home in the UK. Muslim community living there, they're suffering in the UK as well. So that's a really important message we need to get across.
Okay, thank you, Matlub. Thank you very much. Thank you. सामीना मोहतरम, इस वक्त हमारे साथ एक और साथी हैं जो बात करना चाहते हैं, हाजी साबिर हुसैन फ्रॉम रादरम. अस्सलाम वालेकुम हाजी साहब.
Listeners and the viewers as well.
What's your opinion on this incident which took place last night?
Very tragic and very saddening, and
it is very sad.
Heartbreaking, and it's happened on our doorstep, and it shouldn't have happened. What really upsets me, because if the intelligence services, every time they say these people are under surveillance, when they commit the crime and atrocities, and then they say that it's under their surveillance. These people, if they are under their surveillance, if they are high risk, they should be tackled in first place. They should be arrested, whatever, because they are killing the humanity.
True.
They don't have no religion, so we shouldn't have any remorse for them anyway. So my concerns are, because there's a lot of silence today because of that, and the general public thinks it's. So most of them, they think it's because of the Muslims. But this has nothing to do with Islam, and these are just killers, and they should be arrested beforehand if there are any suspicion, enough evidence on them. They should be banged away, because there's no need to be in society that cause havoc like this.
Because of this again happened on the name of the Muslims. What you think? What we supposed to do? What we have to do to not to happen these type of things again?
Well, obviously we know the law implementers. We're only there to give any information that can help. But to be honest with you, these people, we don't know what they are. We don't know what they look like. Intelligence services have records of these people.
Yeah.
They have intelligence on them. They should act on them beforehand, and we should not protect them, and we should not come out for them, because they are nothing to do with Islam, and they are equally bad for Islam as they're bad for whole humanity.
True.
So we shouldn't have no remorse for them, because they're criminals, they're killers. They should be put away, and the Muslims don't need to defend anything. We need to stand out and unite with the wider community.
Yeah.
It could have been I don't know how many people. I know there's 20-odd people.
22 people.
Fatalities and, fatalities, and then also so many casualties as well. But why it is? We don't know if any Muslims in that process.
There are some Muslims as well.
So therefore, this is not.
Because
Muslims committing crime against non-Muslims.
On the media, which is actually everybody's saying Muslims do this, Muslim do that, Muslim do that, and then obviously there is on social media is also full of texts or messages which is very, very sad regarding the Muslim community, and they're saying that these people have to go away from this country, peaceful country. So there are so much going on.
It's national media, obviously, is very biased, and is working for some reason against the Muslim. It's not happening just in Britain, it's happening across the world. And the Muslims haven't done their job, and they're still living in a cuckoo land, because what it is, all the mosques, they need to come out and condemn it rightly, because there are Muslims who lost lives there, and there were Muslims who lost lives in 7/7. The Muslims are losing lives every day in Pakistan, Syria, elsewhere. And these people, same ideology, they're killing Muslims in masses. And they're completely against humanity, and we need to stand for humanity, and we need to come open and very frank. But the media is very biased, and it will remain like that. But we need to work with last 60 years we haven't delivered the message of Islam, and we're still not learning from it, and it's quite upsetting. And we need to stand with the humanity, and we need to stand out and clear. But the intelligence services, they need to do their job right, because if they have surveillance on anybody, we as a Muslim, I don't defend them, because they're not part of Islam.
Right.
So they should arrest them and put them away and make the community safer.
Okay, thank you very much, Shabbir. Thank you, Jazakallah khair. And we got another caller, which is very emotional. And I did receive a call this morning by Farhanda, and she's on the line now. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Uncle, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What do you feel today after this incident which took place in Manchester, and we have lost innocent people, over 22, and there's many injured in hospitals?
Sure. I mean, first things first, I'd like to give my sympathies and condolences to the families who have lost their children in this absolute dire disgust of a terror attack, if it is a terror attack as such. The first thing that I'd like to say is I was very emotional last night when I seen it. It was all over the news this morning in social media.
Of course.
People are talking about it, but let's not forget the actual innocent people that have died at this moment in time, instead of shifting the blame onto Islam and shifting the blame onto Muslims and certain communities.
Yeah, true.
Now, as a British Muslim myself, we do not condone it. First things first.
Right.
Second thing that I would like to say is, I'm looking at social media, looking at news this morning before I'd left to go to work. A lot of people are saying, the Asian community, the Muslims, they're quiet, they're weeping behind closed doors. The true fact is, yes, we do. In our society, in our, community, I would like to see a little bit more out there. We need to raise attention. We need to come out and say, well, hang on a second. As a mother
there are police
myself,
sirens going on our road. I hope everything is okay, but there's big sirens going on.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, I hope everything's well looked down your end. I mean, how us Muslims are getting betrayed now. This person, this devil, as we call it, no religion condones any terror attack, full stop, whether you're a Christian, whether you come from a Muslim background, whether you're a Sikh, Hindu, Buddha, even atheist. Nobody condones violence, nobody condones death. In our religion, the peaceful religion of Islam, a lot of people are brainwashed by social media to think that Islam is not a peaceful religion. I would like to try and put a stop to this. Islam is a very peaceful religion.
It is,
The actions of the people are incorrect.
True.
Now, this devil who's actually committed such a disgusting act with innocent children, whether it be in England, whether it be down in Syria, it doesn't make a difference. We all belong to one. And as far as I'm concerned, this person was a devil. Now, end of the day, he might come. He doesn't belong to any faith whatsoever. He doesn't belong to Islam. God has said, whether you come from Christianity faith, whether you come from Islamic faith, no matter which faith you've come from, nobody has got the right to attack physically or verbally abuse another human being. We are all human beings at the end of the day.
True.
It doesn't matter about race, colour, nationality, your ethnic origin. Now, another thing I would like to say as well, is there is a lot of Muslim people have also been injured too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I own half of a security company. We know that there's a lot of security who have gone there, who have actually done work for arenas of O2 stadiums in Manchester, in Sheffield Arena also. These security guards have also been injured. We've got Muslim police officers that are out there as well, serving England, that have been injured, that are putting their lives at risk. This is not just about Christians being hurt. These are human beings that have also got hurt too.
True.
Now, end of the day, as a human being myself, I'm not going to label myself again and again by saying I'm Muslim. But the problem that we have in our community, and this is the reason why a lot of people who come on social media, who have got the platform, a lot of our community are not, we don't have a lot of Muslim MP leaders. We don't have a lot of Muslim, politicians. We don't have a lot of Muslim people who have got the opportunity, uncles, to be on the radio as yourself. You're very lucky that you've got this platform and you can raise awareness. We don't have a lot of Muslim people that are in these fields to come forward to speak, and we don't have the education. Our community lacks education when it comes to this. Therefore, we are going to get certain people on social media who are in these fields that are absolutely, looking down upon us, when in reality, Muslims are more affected by this on a daily basis. The social media now are trying to, again, no Muslim, no human being condones violence, but again, they're going to try and cause some kind of, conflict between the Christians or the Muslims, and it's all Muslims. It's got nothing to do with that whatsoever. As far as we're concerned, a lot of human beings have been injured. Some have been dead. My heart, my condolences go out to them mothers. As a mother myself, does it matter the fact that I'm a Muslim mother? Does it matter that I'm a Christian mother? I'm a mother. And this is very upsetting. My son, obviously, Uncle, I've worked with the radio with yourself. My son is Hassan. He's also came onto the radio with you one time before. Yep. He's, alhamdulillah, he's 15 years old now. He's going to be on the 23rd of November, inshallah. Mashallah. But what I'm saying is that he's at that stage. He's in boxing events. He does charity boxing events. He wants to, and recently he wanted to go and watch Arsenal play in London. Now, as a mother, which my son, as you know, is very close. Yeah, every child is close to the parents. Of course, but am I, as a mother, going to be worried the fact that I've got to go into a stadium in London and I've got to think that, my God, I could get blown up and my son can get blown up here? True. That's the what it, we shouldn't have to have this fear in our hearts. True. And now I have to think twice. So if my child says to me, Mum, I want to go to a boxing event, I want to go to a football stadium, I want to go and see, it doesn't have to be a concert as such. He's into Nads, my son. What if he wants to go to an Islamic concert? Where they do all these Nads and, everything. What if something like that happens there? We shouldn't have to have this fear. Therefore, my plea is to every brother and sister that's listening, raise your voices. Come out into the community. Uncle, we need to work together. We need to organise some kind of a campaign, a no terror campaign, and come out and let's go and show people that we are Muslims. We do come from the Islamic faith and we have a voice. If we all stick together as a unity, Imam leaders, we need to get our Imams educated. I've said this before on the radio, we need to continue doing this. Yeah, we need to get our sisters forward, educate, come forward, speak up, because I know nobody on this planet of Earth would actually, condone what's happened. This person was a devil. He doesn't belong to no faith. As far as I'm concerned, he don't belong to no faith whatsoever. We do not condone what he has done. And I am very emotionally affected by this, to be fair. Okay. The same thing what's happening in other countries around the world is disgusting. So let's all just stick together and become one. We have got voices, and if you need my help, I will come out. I'll leave, whatever needs to be done voluntarily with my own time to come and speak to people, hand out leaflets. We don't condone this kind of behaviour. This is not Islamic behaviour. Our God, our Lord, our Prophet Muhammad, may Allah be pleased with him, he is anyway, he don't condone this kind of behaviour.
Okay. Thank you very much, Farkhanda. Your views have been heard. Yeah, thank you very much for calling and participating on this.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Pleasure, as always.
Assalamu alaikum. That was the views of a mother. She was really upset, and now we got another brother, Abdul Hakim from Luton, I think, Milton Keynes. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How are you, and what do you like to say about the incident took place last night?
Okay. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. What I wanted to highlight was who does it benefit when these situations and when these incidents happen? It benefits more.
Sorry, we are losing your voice.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better, yeah.
Okay, I'm saying, who does it benefit when these situations happen? It benefits non-Muslims and the people who are against Islam more than it benefits the Muslim when these situations happen. And what we have to take into consideration is that many of these instances has happened, many of these cases where there's been bombings and whatnot in the UK, they've been happening by the hands of the non-Muslims, and many of them have been caught as well. Like, for example, a few weeks ago, a man was actually dressed in a hijab and a niqab. A man was dressed like that, and he got caught planting bombs and causing mischief.
Yeah.
Again, there was a man, he was a non-Muslim, who got caught leaving a bomb on the train. And this was about a week to 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So we have people who are not Muslim, who are trying to cause harm, who are planting these bombs and doing these things to cause fitna, to cause problems in the Muslim community, and it benefits the non-Muslims who have a hatred towards Islam. So we as Muslims shouldn't be so quick to jump and say and blame Muslims. We shouldn't be so quick to say, oh, the Muslims are doing this and the Muslims are doing that, because that's the plan.
This is what's happening on the social media. If you read the comments, there's so much, so sad comments. I can't read them on the radio because the different people have said different things, which is regarding the Muslim community living in the UK in general.
This is a big problem. And Muslims do it too. Muslims blame other Muslims that they don't know. Reality, they don't know if it was even a non-Muslim that planted it to cause problems, and it's happened before. As I said, the man got caught. Imagine a man going out the way to wear hijab and niqab to plant and caught by the police. And this was on social media. So the Muslim shouldn't be so quick, because it doesn't benefit the Muslim at all. There's no benefit to the Muslim at all. So why would a Muslim do it if there's no benefit whatsoever?
True. Not at all.
No, there's no benefit.
In fact, we get damages. We have to do hard work to bring communities together again. Every time anything happens, we have to work hard and try to saying that this is not we done it, it's somebody else.
Yeah.
But
we become very apologetic.
Yeah.
Become very apologetic, and it's not from Islam to be apologetic for Islam. It's not from that. You don't be apologetic for something which you should be, alhamdulillah, you should be proud you're Muslim. You don't apologize for Islam.
Yeah.
Islam is perfect, and it's just that you have criminals and you have the true terrorists that cause fitna, that cause problems and do things like this to bring more hatred towards Islam. So my advice and what I would like to say is to the Muslims, don't be so quick to blame Muslims. Because it may be that it may have been a non-Muslim that done this to cause problems in the Muslim community.
Yeah.
So don't be quick to blame the Muslims.
Okay, thank you very much, Abdul Hakim, and your call is very important for us, and because you're ringing from Milton Keynes, and thank you very much once again.
You're welcome.
ओके थैंक यू सामीन मोहतरम चूँकि न्यूज़ का वक्त हो चुका है और मैंने बिकॉज ऑफ अब्दुल हकीम इज रिंगिंग फ्रॉम अदर सिटी सो आई डिडंट let him down, so we'll go for a break, and after that we will be coming back.
This is your local community station, IMAN FM on 103.1 FM.
You're listening to IMAN FM. Time for the news.
somebody said, a bomb. So then I just literally grabbed my daughter and we just ran. Really, I've never been so scared in my whole life.
This has been the most horrific incident we have ever faced here in Greater Manchester. We believe the attacker was carrying an improvised explosive device which he detonated.
Everybody was screaming and crying.
This was an evil act.
The police and the ambulance, the right place, were in there before we were even out. I don't know how they managed to do that. They were so quick.
Families are desperately searching for loved ones who've been missing since the blast, posting photos on social media, hoping someone can help. Among those are 8-year-old Safi Rose Roussos, Olivia Campbell, who's 15, and 17-year-old Chloe Rutherford and her boyfriend Liam Curry. Our reporter Becky Johnson, who's at Manchester Royal Infirmary, has spoken to a surgeon treating some of the 59 people who were injured.
He said there are children currently in operating theatres, and he described how their parents, themselves injured, are sitting outside those operating theatres not receiving treatment themselves because they're just desperate to hear that their children come out of surgery and are okay.
Well, President Trump has described the suicide bomber as an evil loser. He says he's praying for all those caught up in last night's atrocity. Theresa May chaired an emergency Cobra meeting at Downing Street where flags are flying at half-mast. The area around the arena is sealed off, including the neighbouring Victoria train station. Armed officers will be out in the city as police investigate what happened. Extra patrols are being carried out in London as well. That's the latest. I'm Charlie Maggs.
Khan Solicitors, experienced criminal defence lawyers in defending your rights. We can assist you get the best possible outcome if you're involved in any criminal matters, including murder, drug offences, sexual offences including grooming, terrorism, fraud and money laundering. We can provide free advice and assistance 24/7 at the police station. Call us on 0114 258 3399 at 351 Abbeydale Road, Sheffield. Visit us at khansolicitors.com. Over 20 years experience in defending your rights.
क्या आप बच्चों की शादी के सिलसिले में परेशान हैं? क्या आप बर्तानिया में ही बच्चों की शादी करना चाहते हैं? क्या आप एक अच्छे रिश्ते की तलाश में हैं? अगर इन सवालों का जवाब हाँ में है, तो आपका मसला हल हो गया। बर्तानिया में रिहाइश पजीर आला तालीम याफ्ता किसी भी बरादरी के अच्छे रिश्तों के लिए आप राब्ता मैरिज हेल्पलाइन से इस टेलीफोन नंबर पर राब्ता कायम करें 0114 2425 400। राब्ता मैरिज हेल्पलाइन मुसलमान खानदानों को करीब लाने का राब्ता।
Covershore Insurance Rotherham are your friendly local brokers who can insure all your needs, whether it is for your own car, home or property you let. We also have specialist insurers for your shop, restaurants and takeaways. We can cover all aspects of the motor trade and we have some excellent rates for taxis, minibuses and commercial vehicles, including fleet policies. All written quotes can be beaten. Please call us today on 01709 556 230. We are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Sheffield's finest buffet restaurant, Mirpuri Dera, reviving the taste of Asian subcontinent. Extensive buffet with more than 40 dishes.
नई इंतजामिया, नया साफ सुथरा माहौल, मुनफरिद खाने, 40 से ज़ायद dishes, party organizer, मशरकी रवायात का अलंबरदार, halal food.
Mirpuri Dera, Stanifeth Road, Darnell, 0114 244 9199 under new management.
जेड़ा भी पाए एक बारी फेरा, वो आवे बार-बार मीरपुरी डेरा.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। हम आपके शुक्रगुजार हैं कि आपने अल हबीब वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन के साथ भरपूर तावन किया। आपके ज़कात, सदक़ात, फिदिया और सदक़ातुल फ़ितर बगैर किसी कमी के हम इंतहाई गरीब पसमानदा इलाकों के यतीमों, बेवाओं, माज़ूरों और ज़रूरतमंदों तक पहुंचाते हैं। अल्लाह ताला आपके तावन को कबूलियत का आला दर्जा अता फरमाए।
For more information, please contact Maulana Aslam Zaid on 0789 454 0303 alhabibwelfarefoundation.co.uk.
In a world where accident claims are poorly managed and the referral fees paid are so low, and just when all hope is lost in the city of Sheffield, a hero emerges. A hero so powerful, one phone number is all you need. A hero named Mr. Compensator. For your referral fee of £2,000, call Mr. Compensator now on 0114 3863 386. Terms and conditions apply.
Connecting you to your community. This is IMAN FM.
जी हाँ सामीन आप ईमान एफएम समाअत फरमा रहे हैं 103.1 एफएम पे और इसके साथ साथ ईमान टीवी ऑनलाइन पे भी आप देख रहे हैं इस वक्त निहायत ही काबिल एहतराम शख्सियत मेरे टेलीफोन लाइन पे भी हैं और स्टूडियो में भी हैं टेलीफोन लाइन पे हैं मोहतरम राजा खुशनूद साहब उनसे हम बात करते हैं और स्टूडियो में हमारे निहायत ही काबिल एहतराम मोहतरम मोहम्मद शफाकत स्टूडियो में पहुंचे हैं उनसे फिर एक बार बातचीत करेंगे अस्सलाम वालेकुम राय साहब
वालेकुम सलाम भाई मोहम्मद शबीर मुगल साहब और अस्सलाम वालेकुम टू मोहम्मद शफाकत साहब और आपके तमाम सामीन और नाज़रीन को मोहब्बाना सलाम बहुत ही बुरी बात हुई है और बहुत ही दिल को सदमा पहुंचा है ये मैनचेस्टर में जो वाकया हुआ है
जी।
और हमारी मुसलमान कम्युनिटी को इसकी जिस भी तरह हो इसकी मजम्मत करनी चाहिए हाँ वो किसी इज्तिमा में विजिल में जाना हो या किसी रेडियो स्टेशन में बोलना हो या अपने किसी पड़ोसी के साथ इज़हार हमदर्दी करना हो हमें इसकी मजम्मत करना चाहिए ये जो दहशतगर्द हैं इसमें कोई शक नहीं है बार बार हर आदमी इस बात को दोहराता है कि ये जो लोग हैं ये दरिंदे हैं ये जानवर हैं और इनका कोई मजहब नहीं है मजहब इस्लाम जो है ये अमन और आश्ती का मजहब है और ये इस्लाम के नाम पे जो ये बातें कर रहे हैं ये जो जुल्म कर रहे हैं ये सफाकी है ये औलनाकी है ये दरिंदगी है ये बर्बरियत है और मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी जो है इसकी भरपूर मजम्मत करती है लेकिन हमें जो है हकीकत पसंदी से अपने आप को महफूज भी करना है और हमारी जो बहनें माएँ बेटियां बच्चे और बुजुर्ग बाहर जाते हैं वो आज के हालात और मौजूदा हालात के मुताबिक जो है आफाती तदाबीर अख्तियार करें और अकेले कहीं ना जाए और जहाँ आजूम हो वहाँ जाए और अपनी हिफाजत खुद अख्तियारी का उन्हें हक है अगर कोई उन पे हमला करता है या कोई गालम गलौज करता है तो वो टेल मामा को जरूर बताएं या पुलिस वालों को बल्कि पुलिस वालों को जरूर इसकी इत्तला दें हाँ उसका कुछ हो या ना हो लेकिन पुलिस को इत्तला देनी बड़ी जरूरी है once again I'd like to thank you Mohammed Shabbir Mughal Sahab you are always in the forefront of fighting terrorism and those people that are seeking to divide us this country is united in condemning in tackling and in fighting against terrorism. These terrorists are seeking to divide us and we must not be divided. We must all condemn this barbaric act that has happened in the arena in Manchester. Innocent people have lost their lives and the Muslim community and I on behalf of brother and friends indeed condemn this vicious barbaric attack and our heartfelt condolences to the families of those that have lost their dear and near ones. But you know we can only condemn this. We've got to look at it globally. This is only happening after our intervention in the Middle East, and we must remember those people that have lost lives in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. And our leadership, particularly in the West, has to think why these things are happening and unite all the people and all the leadership of the world in tackling the causes of terrorism. Terrorism is a curse and we must all oppose it and we all oppose it, especially the Muslim community. And the Muslim community must not be targeted, blamed, or there must not be a backlash, but unfortunately there is always a backlash whenever a terrorist attack happens. But as I said, it's a global phenomenon, and we have been, in a way, immune from terrorist attacks since the 2005-2007 attacks. You know, we're expecting this to happen.
Raisa, especially the Muslim community residing in the UK have more fears and disturbed due to this type of actions, whenever it's happened, obviously we as a Muslims, we are more scared and more worries about our future and our youngsters.
True. Well, the Muslim community, has been very responsible and very peaceful, and they are law-abiding. But unfortunately, the right-wing groups, the racists, the fascists, take advantage of this, and there's a backlash, always a backlash and spike of attacks against Muslim communities, whether it's attacks on women, whether it's attack on children, whether it's attacks on the elderly, or members of the Muslim community, or attacks on properties and mosques. This must not happen, and I implore upon all the police forces to provide adequate cover and protection, towards the Muslim communities. But as far as the Muslim community is concerned, we are totally against these people, and if they profess to be Muslims, or if they profess to be doing these heinous crimes against innocent civilians,
humanity,
then they are not in my name. They are not in the name of Islam.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rais Sahab. Thank you very much for the call.
Thank you very much for giving us the time to air our grievances. Thank you.
Okay.
God
thank
bless.
you. Jazakallah khair. And we, as I said, we have Muhammad Shafaqat in the studio, and you've been listening since 10 o'clock.
That's right.
So what you'd like to say?
Obviously, when the start of the show, I gave my comments from home, but I thought it was necessary to come in the studio as well. I think there's a lot of sentiments, and I think you needed a bit of support as well. It's a difficult kind of program to do because people are very emotional. I think Khushru Saab and others, everybody's talked a lot of sense, especially one of the sisters who rang up. I thought as a mother she was emotional, and it's good. We need the sisters, we need the ladies, because whoever these people who do these acts, they're somebody's son as well. So mothers need to be vigilant as well of what their children are going, what they're doing, which kind of people they are, because really we need to come out openly. Like she said, I agree with her totally. The Muslim community needs to lead on this now. We should be not told Donald Trump went to Saudi Arabia and said this is Islam and this is how you should do it, and you need to get rid of these evil people. There are evil people in the Muslim community, there are in the Christian community, Judaism, Hindu community, every community. But because at the moment the Muslim community is the focus, we need to put our hand up and say, not in my name, and openly protest against these people, and hold large demonstrations in the UK across cities, and openly condemn them and say, and wherever we see any suspicious activity, we need to take action, because this is damaging the Muslim community more than any other community.
We got our presenter and well-known personality Nasser with us. Nasser Rauf, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, my dear uncle. How are you? You okay?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine, thank you. And what you like to say on this occasion?
First of all, give my salams to my fellow teacher that's in the studio as well, Muhammad Shafaqat. Assalamu alaikum to you, and to
Alaikum salam, Nasser, to hear you, and inshallah we want some words of wisdom from yourself. You're very active on these issues, and I think it's time for a collective vision on this issue now.
Absolutely. I think let's put our emotions today. Obviously, all night last night, I've been up watching the TV screen from 11 o'clock onwards, and in absolute horror and shock. People are going on the defensive straight away, saying, there'll be Muslim attacks now happening, and so on and so forth. But we can prepare ourselves as a community for that. Let the organisations responsible do the work. However, our utmost first response should be is come out and support our non-Muslim community that is going through these. Some people have, if you can imagine, when one of our Muslim community members dies, we sit down in mosques, we have big events to celebrate their lives, we have khatams, we do prayers for them, du'as for them. Why don't we have a prayer? Why don't we hold something? Why don't we get the community together? Or even outside the studios of IMAN FM, get the community together, have a vigil for them, have a celebration of their life for them, and show solidarity with them. I think at this time, the Muslim community doesn't need to go on the defensive. It needs to go out there with open arms, and an open arm gesture to all our non-Muslim brothers and sisters that are having to face this today. A big sadma, big shock for them. today. Some of them are quite literally been Sheffield train station. I've had a couple of trips there, and people jumping on the trains quickly, women, angry mothers, upset mothers, trying to locate their children. I think it's a time where let's first of all let's be supportive. What our religion shows us. Let's be supportive of them.
Nasser, do you think, obviously, do you think there's been a bit of a denial in the Muslim community continuously when these things happen? We condemn it and then move forward, condemn it forward. Do you think now, because this is a bigger, just as big as the 7/7, really, and, this has just happened yesterday. So at the moment, the families of the dead are going to be brought on the television screens. There's going to be funerals. There's 59 people injured at the moment. So we don't know what's going to happen there. 8 hospitals are on emergency, and it's only 40 miles from Sheffield. We've had mock exercises in Meadowhall. So really, what kind of advice would you give to the leadership of the Muslim community, the councillors, the ulama and organisations where, like you said, vigils, but what more can we do? Really, we need to be on the front foot now. Do you think it's time to lead, not follow?
Well, absolutely. This is why I come out with open arms. Absolutely lead from the front. No problems at all. I think it's not going to be about the Muslim leadership as such, because that has proved over the years that it has failed the community. It hasn't delivered for the community. It has put us back. It hasn't really moved us forward. All you have to do is log on to social media, log on to some of the opinion polls and newspapers, and read some of the stories of the non-Muslim community to find out what they think of the Muslim leadership and the Muslim community. It doesn't do enough. It's not doing the right thing. The community is more wiser now. It doesn't need just words of condemnation all the time and saying that we condemn as an organisation or we condemn this. It's more than that now. That was an answer you could have given 10, 15 years ago. But now with the threat that we face, like you said, tomorrow it could be us. It could be Meadowhall Shopping Centre, for all you know, tomorrow. And it could be Motorpoint Arena, just a mile from where I live, or less than a mile from where the studio is. So that's how real it is. And until we don't accept that, and until we don't start acknowledging the facts, then we won't address the issue of leadership. And when it comes down to leadership, though, however, I will say that it's about time that we're doing the fantastic little thing on Iman FM. It's more Muslims to participate in other media. Open yourselves up and share it with the non-Muslim community so that they realise what we're doing and the efforts that are being made. And I think that's going to be one of the important things as we come into this afternoon, when obviously more comes about of this identity of this lone attacker, allegedly. And obviously Theresa May has had her meeting this morning as well. And obviously you can expect big security increases. So it's about the Muslim community staying protected, but on the same hand, let's open our arms and let's show some solidarity with them, not just condemning, but actually open our arms. And open arms is my final words for yourselves today.
Right. Thank you. And hopefully, inshallah, drive time will be special as well. I hope we take part in that as well, Nasser. Thank you very much for your call. Thank you very much,
Nasser. And we have another our colleague and friend, Bob. How are you, Bob?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Shabbir.
Hi, Bob. It's Mohammed Shafka here. And what would you like to say? Obviously, everybody's quite shocked to the news that we've all woke up to, or some people saw last night in Manchester. And our hearts and minds and thoughts are with the people of Manchester, and especially the victims. What's your initial thoughts on this terrible incident?
Why does it happen? This has happened in Manchester. I've just been talking to somebody, and her granddaughter was there, and they're from Sheffield. But why target young people? That this is what happens abroad every day. One thing in this country, we have got a very good system of security. We're one of the most secure countries in the world. I said this on the radio yesterday. I was talking about this. What we need to do is pull together as a community, put religion to one side. We're all here. We all like living in England and Britain. So we need to help emergency services and, like your MI5s. And if people know that people are acting suspiciously or differently, they need to inform somebody. And there's loads of numbers out there. They're throwing numbers all over on the screen now. I'm watching it live from Manchester because we're having a vigil at 6 o'clock tonight in Manchester. But somehow this person suicide bomber, that's what they're saying. He hasn't done it on his own, because somebody's got to build that bomb. And things like that are getting tighter now. They can't get hold of the equipment to make bombs. So it's not just one person. There's a group of people.
What about, Bob? I mean, some of these people are on the security radar. I mean, I was reading reports a few months back that there's around 300 to 400 people who went to places like Syria and joined groups like ISIS, and then they came back to the UK. They're somewhere living in the country or in mainland Europe. What about if they know there's a threat level? They know this person's, got a track record. He's been traveling. He's maybe been radicalized. I mean, why do they not preempt it and start picking these people up before they do something?
Yeah, I mean, you've hit the nail on the head. I mean, if this had happened in America, there'd have been a Guantanamo Bay, because they take people on. If they suspect that people are potentially going to do acts like that, they lock them up. And they interrogate them. But the problem is, with Great Britain, we are a democratic society. And until somebody actually commits a crime, you cannot be arrested. We live in a very politically correct society as well. And I think some of that's to blame for what's going on in this country. Because I remember years ago, and you'll remember years ago, we saw more police on the streets.
Yeah.
And people respected them.
That's right, yeah.
And the crime wasn't... Yes, we had crime. We've always had crime. We've always had murders. But not to the same extent. When I look back, we've been through IRA. My niece was in 9/11. I was involved in 7/7 when I worked for Barnsley Council. We had children from Barnsley. We had 4 coaches from Barnsley down in London. So it's always happened. But this is one of the worst atrocities in this country.
Definitely.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of fear factor in the Muslim community. I mean, if you go on social media, if you go on social media, a lot of comments, very anti-Muslim sentiment. But what can the Muslim community? What should the Muslim community? Let's be honest about this, Bob. What should the Muslim community do? What more can it do now? Because they condemn it. It's not in our name. It's individuals. What more can the Muslim community do?
Well, I don't know, because I mean, as you know, I've always been involved in the Muslim community because I grew up in it. I grew up in Pittsmore, Burngreave. I've always had friends from Pakistan, from India, wherever, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And there's always been that community spirit, but the community spirit lately has been divided because we've had an influx of other people coming in from other countries.
Yeah.
And yes, you are scared. I remember after 7/7, when I worked in the fire service, I had to go and speak to the synagogue, to the mosques, because they were all scared.
Yeah.
Because of the retribution. The only way forward, I think, is if the Asian / Muslim community are more joined up with, and they are anyway. I go to many events, and there's people from all over the world. And yeah, you're right. Sometimes you are being targeted because it's the media that portray, in my opinion, the Muslim people as majority of terrorists.
What about Bob? Obviously you're an expert on security and safety. What about Ramadan is coming up? Do you think the Muslim community should take extra precautions as well during the month of Ramadan?
Yeah. I did talk on this yesterday on the show. From the fire side. I mean, we didn't expect anything like this to happen.
Sure.
But yeah, you've got to be more aware. Everybody's got to be aware. Places like Meadowhall, they'll be on.
Yeah.
God knows what alert they're on, because it's always heightened alert anyway. This country is on a very heightened alert anyway. So all I said to people out there is, be careful, choose the places you're going to go, and be very vigilant. If you see somebody, and it could be somebody white. It's not an Asian thing, this. It can be anybody. We've had it with the IRA and everybody in this country. But there are invisible people that are targeting normal people.
Yeah, okay.
One person with a bomb, with a backpack, whatever. How many people do you see walking the streets with backpacks?
Oh, hundreds, you're right. And, especially at the train station, you see people running onto the trains. Exactly. It could be a very dangerous scenario. Thank you, Bob. Anyway, we've got another caller on the line. Thank you very much for your input.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
We're going to go to the line again and let's see who's calling. Assalamu alaikum. कौन कहाँ से?
वालेकुम सलाम. डॉक्टर भाई खैरियत?
अल्लाह का शुक्र.
मैं काज़मी अर्ज़ कर रहा हूँ.
काज़मी साहब अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी.
ब्रेक भी आ गई है लेकिन
शिवागत भाई मैं खुद मैनचेस्टर में तकरीबन 12 साल रहा हूँ.
अच्छा ठीक है.
इंतहाई खूबसूरत इतना अच्छा शहर और उसका जो सुकून तबाह किया गया और जो कल रात को ये वाक़या हुआ यकीन करो कि दिल जो है वो खून के आंसू रो रहा है.
बिल्कुल जी बिल्कुल.
हम सब लोग जो है इसकी मजम्मत कर रहे हैं और इसके और ये वाकई ऐसा है कि कोई भी इंसान जो है वो तो इसकी मजम्मत करेगा. लेकिन मैं
काज़मी साहब आपकी आवाज बहुत कम आ रही है, बहुत ही कम आ रही है आपकी आवाज.
बस मैं यही पहुंचाना चाहता हूँ कि हम जो मुसलमान हैं शिवाकत भाई हमें खुद भी इस बात पे गौर करना चाहिए कि जिस तरह 500 बंदे लाश में शामिल होने के लिए चले गए हैं यूके से मुसलमान.
जी 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 बिल्कुल.
खुद भी अपनी लाइनों पे कुछ
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. अब बिल्कुल हमें खुलकर आगे आना पड़ेगा और इन चीजों को हम पर नजर. बिल्कुल.
फर्ज करें कि एक मोहल्ले में अगर एक मस्जिद की जरूरत है तो वहाँ 3 मसाजिद बनी हुई है.
बिल्कुल
ये बात
इस किस्म के वाकयात वहाँ पे कुछ ऐसे लोग
बिल्कुल हमें बिल्कुल विजिलेंट रहना पड़ेगा. काज़मी साहब आपकी लाइन बहुत ही कमजोर है.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
और ऐड की तरफ भी हमें जाना. थैंक यू. आपका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आ गया है.
मेरी हमदर्दियां इन कौम के साथ है. मैं तो यही अर्ज कर रहा हूं.
थैंक यू मेहरबानी. जज़ाकल्लाह खैर. अल्लाह
जज़ाकल्लाह खैर. सामीन मोहतरम एक ब्रेक लेते हैं और ब्रेक के बाद वापस गो के हमारी बाजी अब्दा भी पहुंच गई हैं लेकिन उनसे थोड़ी सी इजाजत लेके हम थोड़ा सा प्रोग्राम
बिल्कुल इसको वाइंड अप करते हैं.
Nation towards a cohesive society. This is IMAN FM.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. तारक हुसैन तुसां वास्ते प्रोग्राम की नीक आई रिया है पठवार ने रंग इमान एफएम पर जड़ा तुसां दे प्रोग्राम पेश करया करसां शामी 8 तो किनी के 10 बजे तक आर बदारें ए सुनना ना भूले सिर्फ इमान एफएम पर पठवार ने रंग तारक हुसैन ने संग.
In the city of Sheffield, if you ever have an accident, do not fear. Mr. Compensator is here. He can provide you with a taxi, prestige, or 4x4 replacement vehicle in just 2 hours. Call 0114-3863-386 or visit mrcompensator.co.uk and let the experts manage your claim.
Iman FM. Ramadan is on its way and Iman FM is here. Iman FM, the time to promote your business is now. The time to promote your business is now. And get your message across to thousands of people. Book your Ramadan airtime by calling on 0114-242-0551. 0114-242-0551. Or email info@imanfm.com.
AP Performance, luxury prestige and performance car hire specialists. Offering a wide range of vehicles covered for self-drive hire. On your special occasions, whether it's weddings, proms, business meetings, or a weekend event, we have a vehicle that's perfect for you. Visit our brand new showroom on Kanklow Road, Rotherham. Phone 01709-830-576 or visit apperformance.co.uk and create your memories in style.
Belgrave Estates for all building works, commercial or residential. Also property inspection report for visa purposes. Ring or text 07976 927 000.
लो जी सज्जनों बेलियो मित्रों बुझो बुझो माड़ी बुझो मीरप्रीत तवा जिसने विच ऊंट ना गोश्त अरन ना गोश्त ते तितर बटेर.
Come and try traditional tawa dishes bringing you the true taste of home cooking to your table.
एक बार अच्छो ते याद करसो
162 London Road Sheffield open till 11:30 p.m. or 014-258-0805.
मीरप्रीत तवा हां जी मीरप्रीत तवा.
Millions of people in Africa are still facing drought and famine. Children are dying of dehydration. Families Relief is helping people by providing life-saving food, water and medical aid. Call today and help us save the lives of the men, women and children who are starving to death. Help us put a smile on their face. Call 0114-365-4454 or visit our website at familiesrelief.org.uk. Together we can make a difference.
माड़े मुड़े की चोरी ने केस इच पुलिस पोली कहंदा ओ मैं क्या करा तुसा खान सोलिसिटर्स की कॉल करो ओ दिहाड़ी राती 24 घंटे हर रोज ते हर वेले पुलिस स्टेशन जाई के सारे इंग्लैंड चु मुसलमानी जमानत कराई सकने ने इस वास्ते आखने ना ओ खान छुड़ा माड़ी जान
Khan Solicitors 351 Abbeydale Road Sheffield S7 1FS 0114-258-3399 or visit khansolicitors.com.
Locally at 103.1 on FM. Globally at imanfm.com on the internet. This is Iman FM.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू सामीन मोहतरम थोड़ा सा प्रोग्राम को एक्सटेंड कर दिया गया है क्योंकि बहुत सारे मैसेजेस आए हैं हमारे ईमान टीवी ऑनलाइन के ज़रिए और उसमें उन सब को मेंशन करना ज़रूरी भी है यूँ तो काफ़ी लोग जो है हमारे साथ शामिल रहे लेकिन जिन्होंने मैसेज भेजे हैं उनका ज़िक्र ज़रूर हम कर देते हैं आतिफ महमूद साहब कहते हैं रियली सैड न्यूज़
उसके साथ हैं असलम लतीफ़ साहब कह रहे हैं वेरी सैड न्यूज़ अबाउट द टेररिस्ट अटैक इन मैनचेस्टर बट दिस इज़ अनदर अटैक ऑन इस्लाम एंड एज अ मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी वी शुड स्टे यूनाइटेड शाहिद सलहा डॉक्टर शाहिद सलहा शी इज़ अ प्रेजेंट यहाँ माशाल्लाह फ्रॉम सीरिया वो यहाँ ज़बरदस्त प्रोग्राम करती है लर्निंग इज़ गेनिंग शी इज़ सेइंग अस्सलाम अलैकुम इट्स वेरी सैड डे all like our days no one feels safe because of all bad practices of politicians and media I'm blaming those who increase the hate we should ask who is benefiting from such crimes I see that this is the concept of Riyadh's deal I believe strongly that the hands who are involved in the crime are searching for political gain I am as a mom and a human very sad my prayers and heart are with the victims I do not apologize for the crime as a Muslim we are not responsible but I am sorry for those who suffered Allah is with us
true and Kausar Prince says so sad and also Muhammad Yusuf Qadri says something
very good I think वो शो के बारे में कह रहे हैं I think very good and Zair Haq कह रहे हैं from Ilford हमारे वो भी presenter हैं नशीद शो करते हैं sports program when these tragic and horrific events happen with the fatal consequences here in the UK and worldwide it makes one really reflect with oneself and how to react going forward with humility and wisdom it's such a time as this we remain steadfast on the deen including routinely making dua one can make heartfelt dua for the entire humanity Shaitan is always and will always be an open enemy for entire humanity and he has used this opportunity to kill innocent people injuring many my thoughts and condolences are with the families who have suffered Muhammad Nisar Raja Sahab keh rahe salam very sad news just before Ramadan and Ghaz Khan keh rahe assalamu alaikum my thoughts and prayers to those who have been affected by last night's terror attack
and we have a caller online let's see who is there assalamu alaikum
wa alaikum assalam
ji Sayyid Saab
अस्सलाम वालेकुम शफा
वालेकुम सलाम सईद भाई कैसे हैं सर
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह I don't think there are any words which can describe what has happened the feelings of majority of people
true
and also I don't think there is any basis on which any sort of reason can be thought of why it has happened or why it should have happened everything is wrong particularly as we claim that we are Muslims if a Muslim has done it then he or she is not a Muslim because Islam not only just says that look after but it talks about or instructs and commands us to look after every living thing not just human beings
that's right
and there is a saying in our religion that if you save one life you save the humanity and if you kill one human being you kill humanity what is happening is a lot of theoretical things are being done by us and also verbal condemnation but there are hardly any practical steps and I think we should not limit our care for just within the Muslims we should think about fellow citizens humanity and it should be a collective responsibility of each and every one
Said bhai, just somebody wrote on our Facebook.
Akil Ahmed is my brother-in-law, by the way.
Oh, you see.
Bilkul, and he another blast heard at the Ondale Centre, which is a very old shopping centre. सबसे पुराना shopping centre Ondale से Manchester के city में. So that's the breaking news coming out. Thank you, Akil, for giving us that update. And Gaz Khan, how do you deal with such attacks? Is our freedom at stake? Said bhai, I would ask you, mashallah, आप senior हैं, बड़े हैं, फिक्र रखते हैं, सोच, और you are one of our community elders who talks with a lot of wisdom. Where do we stand as communities collectively and the Muslim community, and what's the way forward? What should be the way forward? Because this cannot continue. We cannot live in an atmosphere or an environment of fear for anybody, Muslim, non-Muslim, because this is our home. This is the home of our children. Our futures are here. I mean, how do we move forward? Because we need to really take this by the scruff of the neck. There's no more denial mode. Otherwise, our future generations will have a very tough time.
I think you have stated the situation very well, very articulately as well. It's a very personal opinion how we move forward or how we participate in collective responsibility. It's all about what you call responsible citizenship, and it should happen at least on two scores. One, yes, condemnation should happen, but at the same time some practical steps, okay, sometimes subtle, sometimes obvious, and also we should sit down with the authorities from different forums and find out how we can be of help. The other thing is, we do sort of have processions for this, that, the other. It's about time there should be a collective demonstration of our feelings to the community at large as well, how we feel about it. Exactly. And I think it's about time that an initiative should be taken, if not nationally, at least regionally, or even locally.
Locally, and Saidbhai, I've been advocating this for a long time. The Muslim community, the Muslim community, need to lead on this. Openly stand on the steps of the town hall and condemn these people, and not in our name, and because this is too much. I mean, I've just drove through the city centre, and I can assure you there's not a lot of Muslim sisters or mothers who normally go shopping. The bus stops are empty. I've seen a very, very rare any person of Muslim descent in the city. Why? Because there is an atmosphere of fear, and we cannot live in denial and pretend everything's okay. Everything is not okay, because you have to go on mainstream media, mainstream social media sites, and read the comments which are very, very frightening. And really, I mean, we need to really come out openly on this, and I agree with you. And I think we should, Iman FM and others, community radios can play a big part of. We should lead from the front here. We should take the lead initiative. Let's not wait for other people. We keep saying community leaders, community so-and-so. Everybody can be a leader. Leaders are born in crisis. In a good time, everybody's a leader. असल लीडरशिप होती है जब मुश्किल वक्त को ऊपर आता है. दिस इज द टाइम फॉर लीडरशिप. इससे शायद हमें नई क़यादत, नई सोच, नई लीडरशिप मिल जाए. एंड दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
आई थिंक शफाकत, you have said everything. There's hardly anything I can add to it, and except endorsing what you have said, and this is the reality of the situation. All I can say is, without blaming anybody, उठो वगरना हश्र ना होगा फिर कभी. देखो जमाना चाल क़यामत की चल गया, और उस जमाने में हम रह रहे हैं. बिल्कुल चाहिए कि हम कोई अमली इक़दाम दिखाएं. ये हमारा जिम्मेदारी है हमारी अगली नस्लों के लिए, इस मुल्क की और दुनिया के लिए, न सिर्फ मुसलमान बल्कि दूसरे भी के लिए. हम एक मिसाल में, और आपने बिल्कुल कहा कि ये मौका है कि कोई एक ऐसे लोग आए जो आजमाए हुए से हटकर हों, जो लीड करके दिखाएं, और मुझे यकीन है कि हमारी अक्सरियत उसमें शामिल होगी इंशाअल्लाह.
जरूर. थैंक यू वेरी मच सैयद भाई, थैंक यू वेरी मच. काफ़ी कमेंट भी आ रहे हैं. जैसे हमने अपडेट करें कि अकील अहमद साहब ने कहा, इस पर अभी वो कन्फर्मेशन ही है कि another blast has been heard in the Ondale Centre. Maybe it was a suspicious device. उन्होंने उसको ब्लो अप किया, लेकिन अल्लाह करे कि और कोई हादसा ना हो जाए. उसके साथ इम्तियाज़ यकूब साहब मेरे भाई हैं, वो कह रहे हैं अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेरी सैड न्यूज़ शफाकत भाई. बिल्कुल. शायद नज़ीर साहब भी कह रहे हैं वेरी सैड. एंड गाज खान कह रहे हैं one cannot deny the less illiterate and those who are not familiar with Islam will blame Islam. Those with less brain will go out looking to attack Muslims. We can have a very serious issue on our hands. बिल्कुल. देखें शबीर भाई, रियली मैं बार-बार अक्सर कहता रहता था, लेकिन दरअसल क्योंकि जो लोग, अगर हम सिर्फ जंग और जियो और अपने टीवी स्टेशन और अपनी कम्युनिटी में बिल्कुल देखते हैं, तो हम समझते हैं कि अगर आप इदारिये पढ़ें, जो गार्डियन मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया है,
जो है ना, जनरली हम यहाँ रहते हैं, इस मुल्क में हमारी नस्लें परवान चढ़ रही हैं, इस मुल्क के अंदर हमारे कारोबार हैं, इस मुल्क के अंदर हमारे घर हैं. लेकिन हम सिर्फ पाकिस्तान को देखते हैं,
बिल्कुल
सिर्फ पाकिस्तानी मीडिया को देखते हैं और यहाँ पे मीडिया में जो कुछ हो रहा है उसको हम नज़रअंदाज करते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
I think we need to look into what is going on in this country, and then
very, very serious now. I think after this incident, because this incident is just as big as 7/7, 9/11, 7/7. ये बहुत बड़ा वाक़या है और अल्लाह ना करे कि और भी वाक़ये हो सकते हैं. Let's be prepared.
Been killed, and I mean this is very, very sad, and many people who are sending texts to us, they said it is really sad. We got a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
वाले साहब भाई साहब मैं सुई मारू कोने रादू सु
जी जी
भाई साहब से बड़ा एक दिली तो सदमा अफसोस होया जनाब अली और पूरी कौम यानी कि मजम्मत गांधी उसने सारे शामिल हैं
जी जी
ये बड़ा एक इंसान सोच यानी कि बहुत बड़ा एक ये धमाका हो रहा है बड़ा नुकसान होया इंसानी जाना ना
बेशक
ये है कि उन शैतान की अल्लाह ताला गरीब करे जैसे जुल्म किया ये है कि बादल जितनी मजम्मत की थी जैसे मैं नहीं इतनी थोड़ी है
जी जी माशाल्लाह सूफी मारूफ साहब you been a counselor as well in the past, and you've been very active within the community. What we supposed to do now, you know, what is the next thing we have to do?
Well, quite simply, I saw first of all I think you know the police, they don't know the identity for a person who it is. I mean, regardless, whatever the identity of the individual who carried out this horrible attack on innocent people, I think as far as the community is concerned, I think we all need to condemn, and I think I'm very pleased to hear that every person that rang you this morning, each and every one of them condemning them, I think rightly so, and I'm sure the rest of the country, including our community, are doing exactly the same, which is condemning this. But more than that, I think you know, we need to make sure that none of our members of the community, Pakistani community or Muslim community, get ever involved in these kind of activities, or those groups that have these kind of beliefs, they dissociate from them altogether, and you know, lead quite a simple, peaceful life, as is the responsibility and duty of every citizen of this country. This is what we're supposed to be doing, I think. And I think, you know, there's perception, or there may well be perception, you know, of you know, certain groups in this country that, for example, you know, it could be, you know, one of the, you know, person from a non-white community. So it's obviously going to be very detrimental for all of us. And what we need to do, and make sure all our organizations, groups, regardless whatever type of organizations we are, whether religious, non-religious, political, social, and whatever, they all need to come together and be united and speak with the same voice, which is that we all condemn and we do not support any of those people or individuals or groups that actually have those kind of beliefs.
True.
Thank you sir, thank you very much for your call. मेहरबानी आपने हमें गाइड किया. काफ़ी कमेंट भी आ रहे हैं. शबीर भाई गाज खान कह रहे हैं all mosque and senior Islamic leaders need to lead on this. मोहम्मद शोएब ज़ेरी साहब हमारे कॉलीग कराची से, वो राब्ते करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. हमजा भट्टी साहब भी प्रोग्राम देख रहे हैं.
He's with us now.
अच्छा और अंसर महमूद साहब पाकिस्तान से कह रहे हैं sad news, Allah bless the Muslim in the world.
शोएब भाई अस्सलाम वालेकुम. शोएब भाई अस्सलाम वालेकुम. He's with us, but
आवाज़ तो आ रहा है कुछ, लेकिन आई थिंक कोई राब्ता कट गया है. एंड देखें बात यह है अब कि हमें बिल्कुल इस पर विजिलेंट रहना चाहिए कि हमारा साथ क्या होना है. लेकिन अरसा दराज हमारी कम्युनिटी में लोग ये इस चीज़ को ज़रूर बार बार कहते हैं कि ये हमारा मुल्क है, ये हमारे बच्चों का मुल्क है, दे विल नॉट गो बैक हियर वगैरह. लेकिन रियलिटी को भी देखें ना, रियलिटी को से छुपे ना. हालात बदलते हुए देर नहीं लगती, वक्त बदलते हुए देर नहीं लगती. मैं पाकिस्तान में था जब 9/11 हुआ, मुझे अभी याद है कि एरोप्लेन फुल आए थे, वहाँ लोग लैंड कर रहे हैं, छोड़ के आ गए थे. स्टेट पाकिस्तान 2-3 years हालात हुए. वक्त का तकाजा ये है कि होश के नाम लें.
बिल्कुल. अब शोएब भाई से बात करते हैं. अस्सलाम वालेकुम शोएब भाई. अस्सलाम वालेकुम शोएब भाई. ओह चले गए, उनकी लाइन
डुबकी लगा गया था.
लाइन डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई है. लेकिन फिर ट्राई करते हैं उनको कनेक्ट करने की. ज़रा के टेक्स्ट तो बहुत आ रहे हैं और बहुत कुछ कहा जा रहा है. لیکن
آج دیکھیں نا کمیونٹی میں کتنی دشواری اور پریشانی اور کامنٹ لوگ نان سٹاپ کر رہے ہیں کیونکہ ہم وعلیکم السلام شعیب بھائی
کیا حال ہے خیریت سے آپ لوگ
اللہ کا شکر شعیب بھائی وی کین ہیئر یو لاؤڈ اینڈ کلیئر لائیو فرام یہ ہمارے کالیگ ہیں شعیب ظہیری صاحب ماشاءاللہ اس وقت لائیو کراچی سے شعیب بھائی یہ بڑا حادثہ ہوا ہے یہاں یو کے میں اور مانچسٹر میں اور ماشاءاللہ مانچسٹر ہمارا فیوریٹ سٹی ہے ہم سب وہاں اکثر جاتے ہیں فیملیز کے ساتھ پریشان کن حالات ہیں یہاں یو کے میں اور فضا کچھ کافی غم ہے معاشرے میں آپ اس پر کیا کہیں دور سے آپ دیکھ رہے ہیں ہاؤ یو سین دس سیناریوز بریکنگ نیوز ان دی یو کے
First of all Pakistanis condemn these kind of attack, whether it is in Pakistan or anywhere in the world, and especially UK because UK Pakistan has got special links. Lots of Pakistanis live in the UK, and especially we are from Sheffield, and Sheffield is not too far from Manchester. And I think you said the right thing when you were talking to Saeed Bhai, that we will have to take the lead. We cannot wait anyone. We cannot ask a Muslim to get together or imams to get together or anyone else. But we as a British citizen, we all have the responsibility. It doesn't matter whether you are Muslim, non-Muslim or anyone, because that's not specific to any particular religion or sect or any community. This is obviously bad for everyone. So we will have to take the lead and we will have to do something. Otherwise it will come back to us, to all of us. So جس طرح سعید بھائی نے بھی بات یہی کہی تھی کہ اگر ہم خالی کنڈیم کرنے والے جملے جو ہیں وہ ادا کر کے
بالکل یہ نہیں چلے گا یہ کنڈمنیشن نہیں چلے گا
یہ نہیں چلے گا
وقت آگے بڑھ رہا ہے
ادروائز ہمارے لیے جو ہے وہ سب کے لیے کیونکہ یہ جب دھماکہ خدا نخواستہ یہ کوئی اٹیک ہوتا ہے تو وہ کسی ایک پرٹیکولر ریلیجن یا کمیونٹی پہ نہیں ہوتا اس میں جتنے لوگ وہاں موجود ہوتے ہیں سب پہ افیکٹ کرتا ہے
بے شک بالکل
یہ پریکٹیکلی واقعی ہمیں اس کے لیے کوئی لائحہ عمل تیار کر کے اس پہ واقعی کام کرنا پڑے گا ادروائز وی ول فیس دیز کائنڈ آف تھنگس
بالکل بالکل
جی شعیب بھائی آپ کا بہت بہت شکریہ
تھینک یو ویری مچ شعیب بھائی
جی شکریہ
اپنی دعاؤں میں ہمیں یاد رکھنا
انشاءاللہ
تھینک یو یہ تھے ہمارے سینئر محمد شعیب ظہیری صاحب آل دا وے فرام کراچی کوثر شاہ جی شی از ا سینئر پریزنٹر وہ بھی اسٹرانگلی کنڈیم کر رہی ہے اینڈ دس از اے کائنڈ آف کرول اٹیکس جو وہ کہہ رہی ہے لیکن وہی بات ہے کہ اب لیڈ مسلم کمیونٹی کو کرنی پڑے گی.
دیکھیں میں تو یہ سمجھتا ہوں کہ ہماری جو ینگر جنریشن ہے جن کو ہم یہ کہتے ہیں کہ بلکہ یوتھ یا ینگر جنریشن کو یہ فیلنگ ہوتی ہے کہ ہمیں کہیں انوالو نہیں کیا جاتا. دس از دا ٹائم فارورڈ اینڈ جوائن together and do something. This is the time elders can lead and give the advice to them and they need to act on it.
So and we need to remain calm. دیکھیں elders جو ہوتے ہیں ان میں wisdom ہوتا ہے حکمت ہوتی ہے وہ کم سے کم آپ کو یہ مشورہ دیتے ہیں کہ آپ بیٹا آپ یہ بات کریں لیکن تحمل سے طریقے سے جذبات میں نہ آئیں اور یعنی کہ کچھ لوگ ایسے بھی ہوتے ہیں کہ وہ چیز کو further انٹیگرائز کر سکتے ہیں. بات یہ کہ ہمیں مل کر میٹنگ اوپنلی مسلم کمیونٹی کی ہونی چاہیے across Muslim, not just Pakistani Muslim community, Bangladeshi community, no. سب مسلم کمیونٹی کو بلائیں اور سوچیں کہ ہم مل کر آگے کیسے بڑھ سکتے ہیں. And I think really we need to protest against these people and we need to lead. We don't need people to tell us to do it. We need to lead on these things and say this is not in our name, this is nothing to do with our deen and none of these people represent Islam. And in fact یہ ہم پر فرض ہے کیونکہ the land you live in, that is your home and you must protect that. We must protect this home. We live in these societies. Our children live in, they go to the shopping malls and they go to the colleges, universities, everywhere, buses, public transport. We have to survive. This is our future, and if we don't, the most difficult time will be for the Muslim community.
جو بہت خطرناک وقت جو آگے آ رہا ہے جس پہ ہم کئی بار بات کر چکے ہیں
بہت زیادہ
لیکن اس کے بارے میں اگر ہم نے آج کچھ نہ کیا تو یقیناً ٹو لیٹ ہو جائیں گے. جس طرح سعید بھائی نے بھی فرمایا بلکہ جتنے کالر سے سب نے اپنے اپنے پوائنٹس آف ویوز دیے ہیں لیکن ضرورت اس بات کی ہے کہ ہم مل بیٹھیں اور مل کر کچھ کریں. آف کورس جو بڑے ہیں ان کو تو ایڈوائز کرنا ضروری ہے ینگسٹر کو, لیکن ینگسٹر کو آگے آنا چاہیے.
بالکل
جو ہمارے نوجوان ہیں جو پروفیشنل ہیں ان کو بھی آنا چاہیے. یہ نہیں کہ آپ کو جاب ہے آپ اس میں مگن ہیں.
بالکل اپنی کمفرٹ زون سے نکلنا پڑے گا نا, یہ کمفرٹ زون ختم ہو جائیں گے.
بالکل. اور
اب سوچیں کیا ہونے والا ہے.
ظاہر ہے کہ ہمارے بچے اسکول جائیں گے, ہمارے بچے جس طرح وہ بیٹی نے کال کی تھی تو وہ کہہ رہی تھی کہ اس کا بیٹا جو ہے اب وہ ظاہر ہے کہ مختلف چیزوں میں انوالو ہے اور وہ جانا چاہتا ہے لندن آرسنل کا وہ دیکھنے کے لیے.
میں چھوٹی سی مثال بتاؤں, میں اپنی بتاتا ہوں شبیر بھائی, کہ اس لاسٹ ویکینڈ فرائیڈے سیٹرڈے سنڈے میں اپنی فیملی کو کہہ رہا تھا لیٹس گو مانچسٹر, اسٹے ان دی سٹی سینٹر, اسٹے ان ہوٹل, لیٹس ومزلو روڈ وغیرہ, لیٹس اسٹے. سو یو کوڈ بی اینی ویئر, اٹ کوڈ بی ان ہوٹل, اٹ کوڈ بی ان دی سٹی سینٹر. آن ڈیل کی اسٹوری آ رہی ہے. سو ریئلی بات یہ ہے کہ دیکھیں ایوری لائف از پریشیس. ہم مسلمان ہیں اور مسلمان کبھی بھی ان چیزوں کی نہ سپورٹ نہ ان کی سمپتھی نتھنگ, بیکاز یہ لوگ جو کر رہے ہیں وی ڈونٹ نو ہو دے آر, اٹس اے بلائنڈ انیمی. کوئی نہیں ان کے چہرے جانتا, ہم نہیں پتہ کیا ہو رہا ہے بیہائنڈ دی سینس. لیکن یہ ہے کہ وہی کیا کہ ہم جو مرضی کہیں کنڈیم کریں, لیکن دنیا کی نظریں مسلم کمیونٹی پر ہیں. اگر اس چیز کو ہم ڈینائی کریں گے کہ ہمارا پلورم اٹس ناٹ ان مائی نیم, دیٹس ایزی ٹو سے, لیکن ریالٹی ہے کہ دیکھیں نا جو مین اسٹریم دنیا کیا کہہ رہی ہے, ہر چیز آپ کی طرف نظر ہے. اگر ہم ہماری طرف نظر ہے تو پھر وی ہیو ٹو اسٹارٹ اپ سے نو.
جو خطرناک قسم کے جو میسیجز آن سوشل میڈیا پہ آ رہے ہیں, آپ نے بھی دیکھے ہیں, میں نے بھی دیکھے ہیں, کہ انتہائی خطرناک قسم کے, تو ان کو آپ ضرور کنسیڈر کریں, ان کو دیکھیں کہ پبلک کیا سوچ رہی ہے, پبلک کس طرح ریئیکٹ کر رہی ہے. تو آگے چل کر چونکہ ابھی رمضان المبارک بالکل قریب ہے اور مساجد میں بھی کچھ حادثہ ہو سکتا ہے. اس حوالے سے آپ نے بھی کہا تھا کہ بلکہ دیگر لوگوں نے بھی کہا کہ کس طریقے سے ہمیں اپنے آپ کو پروٹیکٹ بھی کرنا ہے. لیکن صرف بات پروٹیکشن کی نہیں ہے. اب اگر یہاں پہ کوئی ایسے واقعات ہونا شروع ہو جائیں تو پھر ہم کہاں پروٹیکٹ ہو سکتے ہیں. ہم دیکھیں ہم تو نمک کے برابر ہیں اس کنٹری میں.
بالکل. ابھی میں انڈیپینڈنٹ میں جو سٹوریز آ رہے ہیں, مین اسٹریم پیپر ہے, پیپل لائک کیٹی ہاپکنز ریڈیو پروگرام بھی کرتی ہیں, ویری اینٹی اسلامک ہیں. انہوں نے ان کو رپورٹ کیا گیا ہے کہ وہ کہیں گے ہمیں فائنل سولوشن کیا ہے, یعنی کہ اس قسم کی لینگویج استعمال ہو رہا ہے کہ فائنل سولوشن کس کے لیے, مسلم کمیونٹی کے لیے, یعنی کہ ان کا کیا کرنا ہے. ہمیں اگر لوگ انمی ودن سمجھ رہے ہیں, ہم نے یہاں رہنا ہے, ہماری لوگ جیسے آپ کے لوگوں کی بزنس ہیں, ہم نے مساجد یہاں بنائی ہیں, ہمارے بچے اکثر دیکھیں لوگ کہتے ہیں کیا ہمارے بچے, ہم خود شبیر بھائی آپ بھی پاکستان ریگولر جاتے ہیں, میں جاتا ہوں, کیا ہم وہاں سیٹل ہو سکتے ہیں اس معاشرے میں؟ اٹس ویری ڈیفیکلٹ. سو کچھ نہ کچھ اس معاشرے کے لیے کریں.
جی یہاں پہ رہ کر ہی ہمیں جو بھی کرنا ہے یہیں پہ کرنا ہے. اور اب یہ سوچیں کہ ہمیں واپس جانا ہے, نہیں, ہمیں اب ہماری تیسری چوتھی نسل جو ہے وہ پروان چڑھ رہی ہے, اور انہوں نے تو ان کا تو یہی کنٹری ہے, ان کا یہی ملک ہے.
بے شک.
تو ہمیں یہاں پہ رہنا ہے, ہمارا یہ ملک ہے, اس ملک کے حوالے سے بھی ہمیں سوچنا چاہیے اور اس ملک کے ساتھ ہمدردی رکھنی چاہیے.
اور میں یہ بھی ایک ضرور کہوں شبیر بھائی کہ اگر ہم نے کچھ نہیں سوچا, کچھ ایسے چلتے رہے ہمارا جو, کیونکہ ہم اپنی پیٹی پالیٹکس پہ مسلک پر ہماری ڈبیٹس اور تھی. وہی بات ہے جو بغداد میں, تو جب بغداد میں تو تاری آئے تھے تو وہ کہہ رہے تھے, وہ بحث کر رہے تھے کہ اونٹ سوئی کی نوک سے نکل سکتا ہے, تو انہوں نے کہا ہم تو آپ کے لیے زوال بن کے آئے ہیں. یہی ہمارا حل, ہم ان ایشوز پر بات کر رہے ہیں جو نان ایشوز ہیں. سحری پر, عید کے چاند تک تو ہم پہنچ گئے ہیں, لیکن زمینی حقائق کچھ اور ہیں. خدا کے لیے جاگیں, ہمارے جو بڑے ان کو اپیل کرتے ہیں, لیکن میں سمجھتا ہوں میرا آپ کا ہم سب کا فرض ہے, ہم اگر کوئی نہیں کرتا ہم لیڈ کریں اس پر اور اپنی کمیونٹی کی آواز بنیں اور اپنی کمیونٹی کی رہنمائی کریں, ورنہ ایسے ہوگا کہ ہم گیٹو آئز بن جائیں گے, ہم اپنے علاقے سے باہر نہیں جا سکیں گے. اگر ہمیں رہنا پڑے گا تو پھر ہم اپنے علاقے شاپنگ کریں گے, وہاں ہی رہیں گے, وہاں ہمارے اسکول ہوں گے, سب کچھ. وی ول تھنک ٹوائس ٹو وینچر آؤٹ اینی وے آؤٹ سائڈ آور ایریاز.
بالکل. بہت بہت مہربانی شفاقت, آپ بھی تشریف لائے, اور
انشاءاللہ شام کو ڈرائیو ٹائم پر بھی انشاءاللہ ہم کریں گے,
پارٹیسپیٹ بھی کیا, اور دیگر جتنے بھی کالرز تھے ان سب کا میں مشکور ہوں اور خاص طور پہ آج کا دن جو ہے بہت سیڈ دن ہے اور ابھی اگلے دن جو آ رہے ہیں جس طرح کہ شفاقت کہہ رہے تھے کہ ابھی فیونرل بھی آئیں گے ابھی معاملات اور کھل کر سامنے آئیں گے تو مزید جو ہے وہ سیڈنس ہوگی اور اپنے آپ کو بچائیے گا کہیں اکیلے نہ جائیے گا جب بھی جائیں تو کسی گیدرنگ میں ہی جائیں لیکن کوشش کیجئے گا کہ ان نیسیسری آپ کہیں نہ جائیں اپنے آپ کا خیال رکھیں اور اپنے آپ کو بچائیں اسی کے ساتھ اجازت چاہتے ہیں بہت دکھ بہت افسوس کے ساتھ آج کا یہ پروگرام کیا گیا ہے اللہ تبارک و تعالی ہم سب کو اس پہ اجر عطا فرمائے السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ
السلام علیکم
online at www.imanfm.com and on our app you'll